Morning.
Thank you very much for joining us for this training. It's going to be a fairly short training, probably about 25 minutes or so. My name is Selena Solis Hernandez. I work I work with the Office of Strategic Planning and Accountability out of Harlingen. Assisting me with this training is going to be one of my teammates, Carol Baker, who is housed in Waco. If y'all would like to refer to this training back at any time, it will be recorded and it will be posted to the integrated planning page in the portal. Today's training will consist of the administrative outcome unit updates in Nuventive Improve. Nuventive Tracdat is actually now named Nuventive Improve. I know everyone is used to the system name Tracdat, so we thought we would include both names in all the training documentation until everyone gets used to the new name. Can you all do me a favor and mute your speakers? Because I'm hearing a little bit of background noise. Thank you. Just a quick update or a quick overview. TSDC's governing board and leadership adopted the 4 disciplines of execution, 4DX, in 2017. 4DX effectively aligns the wildly important goals with specific actions and resources. If you recall, about a year ago, all units were invited to participate in the 2017-2021 statewide strategic plan using this 4DX model. WIGs and lead measures were established for each of the units, and annual exceptional budget requests were created in order to designate funds needed to implement the lead measure activities. There are 2 types of administrative units. The instructional units have been very focused on WIG 1 this year, which is student success. On a weekly basis, these units have been meeting with their teams and reporting on their lead measures in the 4DXOS system. For this reason, these individuals may find the updates a little easier than the non-instructional units. The non-instructional units created WIGs and lead measures last year while requesting their exceptional budget requests. At that time, Improve or Tracdat was not fully functional, so the information was entered into the system at a later time. Now, for the non-instructional areas, you may feel that some of the lead measures may not be applicable anymore, and that's okay. The lead measures can be postponed and retired if needed. You will also have the opportunity to create new lead measures if you would like. Improve, formerly known as Tracdat. You're going to be hearing me say improve, formerly known as Tracdat, a lot, but I kind of want to get, improve out there so that everybody gets used to that. Improve is the recording tool for the documentation of planning and execution of the strategic plan, as well as assessment. It assists with organizing, aligning, documenting, reporting, and taking effective actions for improvement. As we all know, it supports both academic and non-academic outcomes, and it builds a culture of continuous improvement. Teams should now update their unit's progress on lead measures and identify improvement actions. There are 4 areas in Improve that will need to be updated. They are the purpose statement, the lead measures, assessment methods and budget items, and evaluation and results. As I mentioned earlier, you will also have the opportunity to add new lead measures if necessary. You will need to get access, or you will need to access Improve in order to make the updates to your units. There are two ways to access Improve. You can log into the portal and click on the integrated planning page, integrated planning icon on the red banner, which is right there. You'll see that with that arrow. By doing so, you'll be directed to the integrated planning page where you will need to click on the link that reads Administrative Outcomes Tracdat-Improve. Please know that when you get to this page, you will be asked to enter your WebAdvisor username and password a second time, sometimes maybe even a third time. Now, if for some reason the portal is down or there's some type of single sign-on issues, you can also access Improve with the direct link shown here. This is the first screen you will see once logged in. You will need to make sure that you can see your department here in the drop-down menu. Now, if say you're a division director and you don't see some of your departments, you'll have to please let us know so we can change your access. Or if there's also somebody else who's going to assist you in entering the information and they need access to the system, please let us know as well. Now on this screen, this screen is actually called the home screen, and this is pretty much a department summary. So you will, for example, for procurement and travel services, you will see that they have 6 lead measures. And you can also tell that the warrants lead measure actually has been updated. So you'll see they actually have an assessment method and budget information in there, evaluation and results, actions to improve, and also follow-up in there. So this screen is a good indication of where you're at, overall. The first piece of information you will need to enter for your department is the purpose statement. When creating your purpose statement, ask yourself the following questions. What do we do? How do we do it? Whom do we do it for? And what value are we bringing to the college? As a quick note, some of you may already have this on your About sections of your portal pages or on your program web pages. To enter your purpose statement, you will need to click on the Department menu on the left-hand side. Then you will select the General Information submenu, and then you will see this area right here, this screen right here. So in order to edit the purpose statement, you will need to click on the little pencil, which is the edit button on the right-hand side. This screen displays a general information edit mode. As you can see, procurement's purpose statement has already been placed in the system. On this screen, you are asked to enter or update the person responsible for the unit and enter or update the unit purpose statement. Of course, once you are completed entering this information, you will need to make sure and click on the Save button before you return to the previous screen. The second area that needs updating is the lead measures. To get to the lead measure edit screen, you'll need to click on the Department Plan menu, click on the Lead Measures submenu, and then if you will see the lead measures listed here on the bottom. You'll need to click on the Edit button for whichever lead measure you're going to update. This is the Edit Lead Measure screen. Things to remember about this one or this area. Lead measures should be a complete sentence with an action verb describing the action the department will be taking. They are predictive of WIG success. They are influenceable by the team. And the lead measure activities are the actual steps or process taken to meet the lead measures. These are what used to be called the strategies.
Selena,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm not having the tab for department plan. Mine just says program of study, program SLO.
Okay, so do you, on your drop down list, do you see one that says department? Because you should have access to one that says department and one that says program.
Okay, I'm with you. Thank you.
You got it? All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me see, where was I? So for the lead measure updates, you are being asked to enter any missing information and update the lead measure status if needed. I believe on this screen, everything should be filled out already except for the lead measure activities. Once you are done entering this information, of course, click on the save button. I sound like a broken record, but you need to make sure you save that information so your info is in there. Let's see. Okay. The third area needing updates is the assessment methods and budget information. To get to the update assessment methods and budget screen, you'll need to click on the department plan, then the lead measures, then click on one of the arrows under the top department lead measures to select an individual lead measure. On this next screen, to get to the actual assessment methods and budget screen, you will need to click on this green plus icon. The screen on the right is the actual screen where you will be entering that information in. You will be asked to fill out the following: the campus, the assessment methods, expected impact on WIG, notes, when and how often is this measured, exceptional budget request description, and the exceptional budget request amount. If you will notice, there are some blue question marks to the right of some of the fields, or a majority of the fields actually. Um, these will actually give you additional information about the field, like what are we asking you to enter in this field, these specific fields. These are some of the examples of the additional information that the blue question marks contain for the assessment methods and budget screen. We feel this is actually a big help for everyone. If you're here at the training, but you don't catch everything. So once you're actually into the system and you're in there, you're ready to type in your information, and you're like, okay, well, I don't remember what this is. So those blue question marks will help you a lot. So like for assessment methods, it's asking describe how the lead measure will be determined or assessed. And then the expected impact on WIG is asking, well, describe how the lead measure activities will impact the desired outcome of the WIG. And then the exceptional budget request description. This will correspond to what was entered in FY19 budget tool for the FY18 budget request for this WIG and leave measure. Are there any questions as of now from what I've covered?
I don't have a question of what you've covered so far, but I'm not able to log into the Tracdat.
Okay,
It doesn't recognize my email or something.
okay, I can check on that.
Mm,
I will get back to you as soon as we're done with the training so we can fix that for you.
all right.
Could you please send the PowerPoint also?
Yes, I will do that.
Thank you.
And we will also post that on the portal. But I will send the training materials out again once we're done to everybody. Okay, so now I'm going to be turning the training over to Miss Carol Baker.
Thank you, Selena. Now that Selena has pretty well shown you how to fill in the screens, I'm going to show you about documents. There is a document repository where you can put your documentation if you want to, and you can also relate the documents to each of your assessment methods. On the instructional side, it's a good place to upload your department scoreboard that was created for WIG 1. And to get to the document repository, you'll want to click on the department plan on the left where the red arrow is, and then click on the lead measure submenu, and then click on the edit button beside the one you want to select. And always remember, and it's helpful, that whenever you want to edit, think about the pencil. The pencil is the edit button. And then in related documents, if there's a document that you want to attach to your report, you can first upload your document to the repository. To do that, you'll click on the green button with the plus sign here, where the red arrow is highlighting it. And then you will open your document into the repository by grabbing it and dragging it over to the area to the right as shown. Once you've done that, the hyperlink will show up on your 4-column report. The next thing is the evaluation and results. This is the 4th area that needs your update. It's an area where you'll be adding the status update for your lead measure. Again, you'll want to click on the department plan menu where the red arrow is. Click on evaluations and results, the submenu. Then click on the small triangle by the lead measure you want to update. And then click on the green plus button on the far right where the arrow is. And you're going to be asked to enter the date of the reporting results, the results of implementation for the reporting period itself, the status, and then actual expense. This is the amount that you spent or you're going to spend based on your FY19 budget tool for your exceptional budget request. Remember, you can click on the blue question marks for expanded help. For the results and implementation for reporting field, that one right there, the extended help reads, what were your outcomes for this lead measure? How are you moving the needle? You'll also need to enter your actions to improve. And to do so, you click on the green plus sign to the right where the red arrow is pointing. This is the first screenshot of the actions to improve follow-up on the left. You're going to be asked to enter the action date, the actions to improve, identify any additional activities that will improve improve the outcome in the future. And then once you're done, be sure that you click on the Save button before you go to the next screen. Now on the second screenshot here on the right, you will see this screen, and you'll need to click on the green plus button to the right of follow-up to enter the follow-up for your lead measure. You'll also be able to relate other documents if you need to in this area. And on the instructional side, again, you may want to add your WIG report of how you're moving the needle if you want to. Next is the follow-up screen. You're going to be asked to enter the follow-up date as well as the actual follow-up, in which you can state what ongoing activities will become standard practice or whether activity will be retired or reassessed in future periods. Then if you do have new lead measures that need to be created, this is your opportunity to do so. It could be that you have completed your old lead measures and you want to resume with something else. And so in order to do that, you will go in and click on the department plan in the menu on the left, click on the lead measures in the sub-menu where the red arrow is, and then click on the green plus sign to the right of the department lead measures. And this screen will come up and you'll enter the name of the lead measure, the department lead measure. Remember that your lead measures should be something you can control that are measurable. In the case of WIGs and lead measures, they need to be weekly activities instead of one-time stroke of the pen actions. And then your lead measure status would be next, and then the planned assessment year or years, start date, the end date, the lead measure activities, and list any specific process steps that are frequent, that are measurable, that are controllable, and that all your team is working on. Enter the information and be sure, as Selena has stressed, always click your Save button. And we had
Carol?
mentioned, oh yes.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
Just to be clear, the planned assessment year, the cycle for reporting our lead measure updates is on an annual basis. So when we're reporting our new lead measures, we're looking at the 2018-19, correct? Starting in August 31st through, or September 1st through August of this year, through August 31st of 2019.
That's right.
Okay, so for the previous or this closing assessment cycle, we are reporting our results and follow-up for the 17-18, correct?
Correct.
That is correct.
Okay,
That's a good
I just wanted
point.
to point that. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Very good. When you want to run a report of what you've done, you will click on the left-hand menu again for department, and then click on Reports, and then beneath that, click on Standard Report, and then this dialog box, you'll click on that very first one where the red arrow is, Assessment Plan Report. That will open up this screen, which allows you to filter your data if you wish to. You can fill out in this area any specific filters that you want to have. And then, or if you don't have any filters at all, you would click on Open Report here at the top. Now, in case you get a message, which we have here on the screen, we've detected a pop-up blocker. Please click button to open report. Don't be afraid, it's safe to open. So go ahead and click on the blue box that says Open Report. we promise it won't hurt you. And this is what the 4-column report looks like. It's very helpful. You see everything you've entered, your purpose statement. The first column gives you the department lead measures and activities. The second column gives you the assessment methods and budget. And then the third column is the evaluation and results. And the fourth column is the actions to improve and follow up. Now you can either print this report or you can download it as a PDF file. Some things to remember that were mentioned throughout the training. Remember, whenever you see the blue question mark, that gives you help about the different things that are needed for that field. The pencil, I think you'll remember this one forever. The pencil is to edit, and always, always save before you go out of the screen. Improve or Tracdat is not like Google. A lot of us have gotten spoiled with Google. We don't have to save anymore, but we still do. And then lastly, if you need help with Improve, with Tracdat, our whole team stands by ready to help you. And this last screen shows you our contact information. And we'll be glad to help you any way we can. And let me ask, are there any questions of anything that I covered or didn't cover?
Is this going to replace the 4DX?
No, it's not. In fact, that's a good question. We will continue using the 4DX operating system. We're trying to decide now how to get the information from 4DX and add it into Improve. One of my tasks is going to be to go back and compare all the lead measures as they were finalized in 4DX and get those entered correctly into Improve. They were put in there, but many of them have been changed since the original. So we want that to line up. But that was a good question. No, we'll continue with both.
Just to add on that for my clarity, how often will we need to update the information from our lead measures into Improve versus the 4DX system, which we do on a weekly basis?
I believe it's, if I'm wrong, please correct me. I believe it's annually.
Okay.
Is that right?
Well, right now we're kind of behind on the mid-cycle, so we're supposed to do a mid-cycle and then an end of the year. So it's twice a year.
Twice a year. Okay, good. Thank you, Selena. Okay, well, I'm going to turn it back over to Selena, and thank you for your time.
Are there any other questions? Other than Mark, is there anyone else that needs access? I mean, you don't have to tell me now, but if you want to get with me so we can make those changes for you. No more questions. That's great.
Thank you.
I guess we are done then. Thank you all very much for listening to our training.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.